Okay, so welcome everybody. This will be our fourth class on the Taitareeya Upanishad. And so thank you all for being here, and especially Binduji, thank you for doing these classes with us and taking us through these Upanishads. We very much appreciate it. It's a real privilege to be here with you. Just for the sake of the replays and other people to know, the replays for the prior parts of this Upanishad and several others, as well as Nasadiya Sukta and Manisha Panchakam, are on replay here. And then there's also a YouTube channel with things that have occurred in various venues with Binduji, and that's listed in his profile, but the YouTube channel is called Advaitic Talks, and there's a lot of very valuable opportunity to listen there. The class will have the usual format. We'll close off the chat and so forth while Binduji is teaching, and then we'll open it and really hope anyone who would like to comes up and engages with discussion and question and answer with Binduji on the topic that we have here. And then again, just to remind, the classes are almost always Wednesday and Friday at 8:30 p.m. IST, which is the equivalent of right now 10 a.m. Eastern time on the same day. And then we'll continue to have general Advaita question and A's at the same time on Sunday. And thank you, Prakash, for joining us up here for moderation and for questions and so forth. And I think that covers it, except that there's also a copy of all the mantras pinned up above in a document that Binduji put together. And it takes us in each mantra from the Sanskrit clear through to an English translation, and it's helpful to study ahead on the direction we're going. But again, thank you so much, Binduji. Unless you'd like to add anything, Prakash, you're welcome to, and then Binduji will start.
Thank you, Atmisha. Thank you, Prakash. Hari Om and welcome to all. नमो ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ब्रह्म विद्या संप्रदाय कर्तृभ्यो वंश ऋषिभ्यो महद्भ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः सदाशिव समारंभां शंकराचार्य मध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्य पर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम् श्रुति स्मृति पुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पाद शंकरं लोकशंकरं शंकरं शंकराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। ओम शन्नो मित्रः शं वरुणः शन्नो भवत्वर्यमाम् शन्न इन्द्रो बृहस्पतिः शन्नो विष्णुरुक्रमः नमो ब्रह्मणे नमस्ते वायो त्वमेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्मासि त्वामेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्म वदिष्यामि ऋतं वदिष्यामि सत्यं वदिष्यामि तन्मामवतु तद्वक्तारमवतु अवतु माम् अवतु वक्तारम्। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ शिक्षां व्याख्यास्यामः वर्णस्वरः मात्राबलम् सामसन्धानः इत्युक्तशिक्षाध्यायः सहनौ यशः सहनौ ब्रह्मवर्चसम् अथातः सगुंहितायामुपनिषदं व्याख्यास्यामः पञ्चस्वधिकरणेषु अतिलोकमतिज्यौतिषमतिविद्यमतिप्रजमध्यात्मम् तामहासंहिता इत्याचक्षते अथातिलोकम् पृथिवीपूर्वरूपम् द्यौरुत्तररूपम् आकाशः सन्धिः वायुः सन्धानम् इत्यतिलोकम् अथादिज्यौतिषम् अग्निः पूर्वरूपम् आदित्य उत्तररूपम् आपः सन्धिः वैद्युतः सन्धानम् इत्यदिज्यौतिषम् अथादिव्यम् आचार्यपूर्वरूपम् अन्देवास्युत्तररूपम् विद्यासन्धिः प्रवचनगुंसन्धानम् इत्यदिदिव्यम् अथादिप्रजम् मातापूर्वरूपम् पितोत्तररूपम् प्रजासन्धिः प्रवचननगुंसन्धानम् इत्यधिप्रजम् अदाध्यात्मम् अतराहनुपूर्वरूपम् उत्तराहनुरुत्तररूपम् वाक्सन्धिः जिह्वासन्धानम् इत्यध्यात्मम् इति महासंहिता संहिता एवमेता महासंहिता व्याख्याता वेद सन्दीयते प्रजया पशुभिः ब्रह्मवर्चसेनाध्येन सुवर्गेण लोकेन यच्छन्दसां वृषभो विश्वरूपः छन्दोभ्योऽधमृतात् सम्बभूव समेन्द्रो मेधया स्पृणोतु अमृतस्य देवधारणो भूयासम् शरीरम् मे विचर्षणम् जिह्वा मे मधुमत्तमा कर्णाभ्याम् भूरिविश्रुवम् ब्रह्मणः कोशोऽसि मेधया पिहितः श्रुतम् मे गोपाय आवहन्ति वितन्वाना कुर्वाणा चिरमात्मनः वासागुंसि मम गावश्च अन्नपाने च सर्वदा ततो मे श्रियमावह लोमशाम् पशुभिः सह स्वाहा आमायन्तु ब्रह्मचारिणः स्वाहा विमायन्तु ब्रह्मचारिणः स्वाहा प्रमायन्तु ब्रह्मचारिणः स्वाहा धमायन्तु ब्रह्मचारिणः स्वाहा शमायन्तु ब्रह्मचारिणः स्वाहा यशोजने सानि स्वाहा श्रेयान्वस्य सोऽसानि स्वाहा तम् त्वा भग प्रविशानि स्वाहा सा मा भग प्रविश स्वाहा तस्मिन् सहस्रशाखे निबगाहम् त्वयि मृदे स्वाहा अथा आप प्रवता अस्पयन्ति यथा मासा अहर्जरम् एवम् माम् ब्रह्मचारिणः तातरायन्तु सर्वतः स्वाहा प्रतिवेशोऽसि मे प्रभामाहि प्रमापद्यस्व. Now we will take the fifth Anuvak today, fifth and sixth. भूर्भुवः सुवरिति वा एतो तिस्रो व्याहृतयः तासाम् उ हस्मै ताम् चतुर्थीम् महाचमसेभ्यः प्रवेदयते मह इति तद्ब्रह्म स आत्मा अङ्गान्यन्या देवताः भूरिति वा अयम् लोकः भुवरित्यन्तरिक्षम् सुवरित्यसौ लोकः मह इत्यादित्यः आदित्येन वाव सर्वे लोका महीयन्ते भूरिति वा अग्निः भुवरिति वायुः सुवरित्यादित्यः मह इति चन्द्रमाः चन्द्रमसा वाव सर्वाणि द्योतिगुंसि महीयन्ते भूरिति वा ऋचः भुव इति सामानि सुवरिति यजुगुंषि मह इति ब्रह्म ब्रह्मणा वाव सर्वे वेदा महीयन्ते भूरिति वा प्राणः भुवरित्यपानः सुवरिति व्यानः महतीत्यन्नम् अन्नेन वाव सर्वे प्राणा महीयन्ते तासाम् एचास्तचस्रचतुर्थाः चतस्रो व्याहृतयः तायो वेद स वेद ब्रह्म सर्वेऽस्मै देवा बलिमावहन्ति. So this one is full one Anuvak. Now if you look at it in the fifth section, it teaches about the meditation on Brahman in the form of Hiranyagarbha. through the three Vyahritis or mystical utterances. Vyahriti means mystical utterances, which are symbols of the three subordinate divinities. So, in the Bhu, Bhuva, Suva, each one of them is called a Vyahriti. What we can say that it is in the sense that Bhu, Bhuva, Suvaha, each one of them is a derivative of each of the Vedas. Rig Veda, when Brahma uttered, then he condensed it to Bhuva, and then Bhuva is condensed to Akara for making the Pranava. Bhuva is the Rig Yajurveda. Yajurveda, when condensed, is represented by Pratika by Bhuva. And Bhuva condensed become the Ukara of the A, U, Ma, the Om, this thing. And Suva is the Samaveda, which condensed becomes Suva, and Suva then transforms itself into Makara. So, Bhu, Bhuva, Suvaha, when you are talking about, you are mentally supposed to imagine the entire Rigveda, Yajurveda and Samaveda as these are all the pratikas or Vyahritis for representing those Vedas. Eta vai, these are indeed Tisra Vyaharya, the three Vyahritis. Vyahriti means they have got different etymologies. I am not getting into it. One is saying that it is which takes from us from when meditation on that takes us from the Vyavahara to the beyond the Vyavahara. That is one of them, and there are other two Vyutpatis or the etymologies also. So Tisra Vyahraya, Uhasma, these are all called Nipata. Nipata means utterances in the Sanskrit language, not from the Vedic point of view. Utterances in the Sanskrit language, which is called Nipata, means it is placed to indicate specific attention of the listener. So here it is to show that Bhu, Bhuva, Swaha, each one of them are indeed. That is the meaning. The word, it is the placement the words doesn't per se, it doesn't have a meaning. But when it is used, the intended meaning has to be taken by us. That saying that U is intended for Bhu, Ha is intended for Bhuva, and Swa is intended by Sma as indeed. So these three Vyahritis indeed, Tasam, along with them. Now, three Vyahritis have been mentioned. Now, Mahachamasya Pravedayate. Mahachamasya is a rishi, and his son has mentioned one more. Pravedayate means he has, uttered or he has revealed what? Etam Chaturtim. Now, along with this, there is to be a following or the fourth one. Iti Maha. And that is Maha. So, Bhu, Bhuva, Suva, Maha. Iti, four Vyahritis are being mentioned. But here Maha, Tad Brahma. That Maha itself is Brahma. Brahma here is not the Nirguna Brahma. Here it is a Hiranyagarbha or the Saguna Brahman. That is to be meditated upon as Hiranyagarbha. Sa Atma. So he is the first Atma. As mean the creation, the Brahman, when it becomes Atma, it becomes the first Atma is in the form of Hiranyagarbha. Even though Hiranyagarbha and Brahma, there is no difference. One is Nirguna and other is in the form of a Karya Brahma. So here when it is Saha Atma means he is the Atma, means he is the Atma, first Atma to be created from Brahman. Anyaha Devataha, all other gods, Angani are his limbs. Subsequent creations from Hiranyagarbha, the other devatas like Agni Devata, Vayu Devata, Indra Devata, all other devatas are Angani, is the limbs. So automatically Hiranyagarbha becomes the Angi. Angi means the one which has got Angas. So you have to imagine Hiranyagarbha as the Virat, as the Supreme Purusha with Angas. Angas means which are the limb, which are having limbs as gods. Now these gods are having specific locations in the body, like the fire, the eyes, the sun, then mind, moon, etc., etc., Indriyas. They are all having the Adhisthana Devatas. So Angani means here the Adhisthana Devatas of the Angas, of the limbs, of that Purusha. So imagine this is a Upasana Kanda and we are using a Pratika or a what you call prop or avalamba for doing this meditation. But the meditation is using Vyahriti. Vyahriti is now, which will be taking us further into the Shodashakala Purusha as the Hiranyagarbha. If you remember, recall the Prashnopanishad, we had the Shodashakala Purusha. So that is what is being revealed here in the form of Hiranyagarbha here. In this Anuvak, Upasana is what is the important aspect. And it is using Vyahriti. So after having done the Samhitopasana in the beginning, now the same Samhitopasana thing is merged with the Vyahriti Upasana. The Vyahriti Upasana will merge with the what you call the Samhita Upasana. In the Samhita Upasana we had Adilokam, Adijaudisham, Adiprajam, Adividyam, Adhyatmam, like that. So that way here we will have four of them. So Bhu, Bhuva, Suvaha, Maha is the four, and in the four forms they will be meditated upon. It is the Vyahriti is Vyaharati Papani iti Vyahriti. Papani Vyaharati means one destroys the papas or the Vyavahara is what is called Vyahriti. So in the Bhurvaswa iti eta va tisro Vyahritaya, what does it say? These three Vyahritis and are to be now understood in the form of what you call Alambanam. For Alambanam is the prop which is being used. In the Gayatri Mantra also we have this Bhu Bhuvaswa, the three words. And it is used in the Karma Kanda. Karma, Upasana and Jnana Kanda, these mantras are appearing. That's Gayatri Mantra. So it is prasiddha in the sense that why here, iti va eta tisro vyahrita. Va, the word va is for indicating that they are the renowned vyahritis. Tasam u hasma etam chaturtim. Among them, this Mahachamas is the one which is introducing the fourth one. So, those who are used to the Sandhya Vandanam, they may be able to understand that there are 7 Vyahritis in the Sandhya Vandanam, which is Bhu, Bhuva, Swa, Maha, Jana, Tapa and Satyam. So here, the first 4 are being taken, that is Bhu, Bhuva, Swa and Maha. And the Maha, why they got the name Vyahriti Maha? Because Maha Chamasya is the name of the Rishi whose son Mahachamas, who has now also is the one which is using this Vyahriti for the meditation. Actually, the word Mahachamas means big ladle. For the one who uses very big ladle for yajna, he is called a Mahachamas. That's a nickname given to a rishi, because he is performing yagas which are in large, nature. So the big rituals being conducted by such a person, he is often referred as Mahachamas. So he is the one who revealed this fourth one as Maha. Now, Maha iti is the fourth one, Tad Brahma. That is the greatest, means the glorious one, because it symbolizes the great object for meditation. Now, Maha becomes the Anga, Bhuva Swaha becomes the Angi for the first meditation. Angani Anya Devata. So when it is being given, Maha iti Sa Atma. So when it becomes Atma, the Anganis have been described. Then how is this being to be meditated upon? Bhu iti va ayam lokaha. Bhuva iti andariksham. Suva iti asau lokaha. Maha ityadityaha. Adityena vava sarve loka mahiyante. Now this is the first form of meditation, of Vyahriti meditation. So here what is you are saying? Bhuvai iti ayam lokaha. Indeed, Bhu is this world which is to be meditated upon as Bhu, which is being represented by this world. Bhuva is the andariksham, is the intermediate space between here and the upper world. Suva iti asau lokaha, is to be meditated upon the other world. Asau lokaha means the world which is above. So what is between this world and the above world is the andariksham, or the space, or the intermediary space. Maha iti aditya. Now this Maha, Aditya, or the sun, is the Maha or the Anga in the in the Upasana. Therefore, Sarve Loka Mahiyante is in the whole world, not only in this world, even in the Antariksham in between, and in the Asau Lokaha, the Suva Lokaha, the world above. In all these places, sun is the glorifying or energizing one which is being this thing. Therefore, sun becomes the Maha or the main Anga, and Bhu Bhuva Swaha becomes the Angi for them. So this is the way in which one has to be meditated upon. Then what is called is Bhuvariti Agnihi. Next one. So Atiloka Upasana is over. It is about the Vyahriti Upasana. Atiloka Vyahriti is Bhuvaloka, Suvarlokaha, and Maharlokaha. And all the four Vyakhritis, Surya is the Angi, and the other Lokas are Angas. The Angi and Angas. Okay? Bhuvariti Agnihi. Bhuriti Agnihi, Bhuva iti Vayuhu. Suvarityadityaha, Maha iti Chandrama. Chandramasa Vava Sarvani Jyotishu Mahiyante. Now here, you should understand one thing, is that the order in which the priority or the glorifying factor changes in each of the Vyahriti. So you should hear, it is the Atilokam. Ati Jaudisham is now being used by the meditation process. For here, it is taking the four places where the Jyotish can be seen or can be, appearing. Bhuritiva Agnihi in this world, it is in the form of Agni. Bhuva iti Vayu. The intermediary space is Vayu, where you have seeing the lightning and the intermediate constellations, stars and everything. Suva iti Aditya. The light of the upper world is given by the sun. Maha iti Chandrama. Now Chandrama is not the moon which we are thinking. Even though the word Chandrama is representing moon, the moon is the presiding deity for mind. Chandrama is taken as the Mana Devata. So therefore, here Maha iti Chandrama, Chandramasa Vava Sarvani Jodikshum Mahiyante. So it is not the moon which we are talking about, because moon is also in the intermediate space. Here Chandramasa is used for the word as the mental capacity to apprehend the Jyotis in the different world. It is the experience of the lights are in our mental realm. Therefore, the mental realm is the Angi, and the Agni, Vayu and Aditya, which are now being placed in the body as Adhisthana Devata of Indriyas. That is what is being referred here. Bhu iti va Agni means Bhu should be meditated upon as Agni, Bhuva iti Vayu as air, Suva iti as sun, Maha iti Chandrama, Chandrama Vava Sarvani Jodishim Madihande. So what happens here is that we know that this Agni is the presiding Deva for the tongue, a Vak. Vak Devata is Agni. So Agni is representing Vak Devata. Then Jnanendriya, Karmendriya, Jnanendriya, when you look at it, Vag Indriyam is Agni and Vayu is Sparshendriya, is the skin or the touch sensation. Vayu is the touch in the sensation, is the Indriya for it. Aditya presides over the sights so if you have the word and the form, word from the Agni, the form in the form of eyesight, and sparsh or the touch sensation by the Vayu, Indriya Devata. So all the three senses put together, we can have the entire experience which is held in the Andakarana, in the mind. So here the Hiranyagarbha, the first creation, is also having this form of mind, the sense organs, through which he is doing the creation for subsequent creation. So that is to be meditated upon as that he is what you call the Atma, Sa-Atma. So Bhuviriti Var, then, so here we have to see that Angi and Anga, which we said that, Chandrama, the mind is the presiding deity, and the sense organs like the walk, the eyesight and the vision and the touch are the they sing for Angas, for the meditation of it. Then comes Bhuvariti va Richaha. Bhu iti va Richaha, Bhuva iti Samani, Suvariti Rajugumshi, Maha iti Brahma, Brahmana vava Sarve Veda Mahiyande. Now, if you look at it, here say that Rit mantras are invoked by Bhu iti Vyahriti. So, I told you that in the form of which was conceived by Brahma when the creation took place. So the Rig Veda mantra is involved with Bhu Vyahriti. Sama mantras are involved with Bhuva Vyahriti. Yajurveda mantras are invoked by Swa Vyahriti. Maha iti Brahma. Here, the Brahma is not the Brahma which we are talking about, Nirguna Brahma. Here, the Omkara, which is representing Brahma, is what is intended meaning by Maha iti Brahma. So what happens is that in all these mantras, Rig mantra, Yajur mantra, Samaveda, all of the places, Omkara is the important thing which is there in the beginning and ending of the every mantras. So it is protected by the Omkara, which we have studied in the last session. So what happens? The Maha, the Angi becomes the Omkara. And each of these Vedas, Rig Veda, Yajur Veda, Sama Veda, becomes the limbs of the Veda, the Omkara. So this is how the Vyahriti Upasana of the Omkara and the Vedic mantras have to be done. So we have Adilokam, Adijodisham, now Adivedam, Adividya. Veda is Vidya. Adiveda. The three are completed. Now comes Adhyatma, the fourth one. So 4 ways of 4 Vyahritis. So 4 into 4, 4 to 16. This is the 16 kalas or the Shodasha Kala Purusha which is to be meditated upon. Let us see that Adhyatmam, how does it is come? Bhu iti vai pranaha. Bhuva iti apanaha. Suva iti vyanaha. Maha iti annam. Annena vava sarve prana mahiyante. So here also again, this is from the Adhyatmam, from the individual's point of view. Bhu iti prana is the prana. Bhuva is apana. And Suva iti vyanaha. Vyana, vyaptatvad vyanaha is the one which is entire body is being taken. So you have prana, apana and vyana is included in the Vyahritis. And Maha idim annam. Now annam is here is the one which, based on which the entire pranas are depending upon. If the annam is not there, the pranas cannot function. And apana is the one which is consuming the annam. Vyana is the one which is taking it into entire thing. And prana is representing the mind and the functions of the whole body. So, prana, apana, vyana becomes the limbs for the annam. Annam becomes the main, the angi. And the angas are prana, apana, vyana, represented by Vyahritis like Bhu, Bhuva, Suva, Maha. So 4 Vyahritis in the individual is now we have Adilokam, Adijaudisham, Adivedam and Adiatmam. So all the 4 and 4 Mahavyahritis. So 4 Mahavyahritis into 4 meditative method, you are getting the Shodasha Kala Purusha for the meditation, which is in the form of is Hiranyagarbha. Hiranyagarbha is the Tasam Chadasra Chadurtha Chadasra Chadasro Vyahritaya Tayo Veda Saveda Brahma Sarve Asmai Deva Belim Avahanti. So what does it say? Ta vai eta chatasra. Thus these 4 Vyahritis, Chadurdha, are meditated upon in the 4-fold ways, which are that Adilokam, Adijaudisham, Adivedam and Adiatma. So in the 4 Vyahritis and the 4 ways, Chatasya Vyahritaya, the 4 Vyahritis in each one of them. So 4 ways in 4 Vyahriti in each one of them totally becomes 16. Sa eva Veda, one who knows this and meditates upon this in the 16 Shodasha Kalas. Taha, them, Veda Brahma, they know the Hiranyagarbha or the Prajapati or the Hiranyagarbha or the Saguna Brahman. And Sarvai Deva, all the gods, Avahanti Balim, they carry offerings, Asmai, to the person who knows and who has identified himself as Hiranyagarbha. The advantage of this meditation is that you are attaining to become Hiranyagarbha yourself by this Shodashakala meditation using 16 Vyahritis, in the 16 forms of Vyahritis. Adilogam, Adijaudisham, Adibhyedam, Adi Atmam, and Bhu Bhuvaswa Maha. Iti Vyahritis. So these 16 ways in one who meditates on Hiranyagarbha becomes Hiranyagarbha himself. Brahmavida, Brahmaiva Bhavati. Like that, here also, Saveda, Saeva Veda, Sta Veda Brahma. So he becomes knower of Brahman, of Hiranyagarbha Brahman. So Sarve Deva, all the Devas becomes the subordinates for him, and they offer Avahanti Balim. Balim means offerings. Avahanti they carry offerings to this person who has now become adept in the Hiranyagarbha Upasana. So this is how the fourth Anuvaka is completed. So here there is a question in the Shankara Bhashya which says that, if this person is only doing Vyahriti Upasana, how can he get Hiranyagarbha Prapti? Normally the nature of the Upasana indicates that the fruit of the Upasana. For example, those who are doing Upasana on Shiva or Lakshmi, or that, those who are doing Lakshmi is for the wealth, they will be bestowed with wealth. Those who are doing on Saraswati will be bestowed with knowledge. Like that. And this statement of the Upanishad in the last says that is to be correctly, to find the consistency, you have to go to the next Anuvak, which also I'll cover it today, so that we can complete the Hiranyagarbha Upasana, because how the attainment of the Vyahriti Upasana will make you Hiranyagarbha Upasana and attain the Hiranyagarbha Prapti is detailed in the next Vyahriti, which is next Anuvaka. In the sixth Anuvaka, the section, it says, Sa Esha Andarhridaya Akashaha Tasmin Ayam Purusho Manomayaha Amruto Hiranmayaha Andarena Taluke Ya Esha Stana Iva Avalambade Sendra Yonihi Yatra Asau Eka Shantam Vivartate Vyapoha Shirsha Kapale. So let us do up to that. I am Amritaha Hiranyamayaha. This Amrita, this eternal effulgent, Hiranyamaya, he is for the effulgent. If we remember the Upasana of Hiranya Upasana in the Ishavasya Upanishad which we did, we used the sun, Hiranyamaya, Hiranyamaya Patrena, Satyasyapi Hitam Mukham. So there that Hiranyamaya is used there. So here it is that I am Amrita. This immortality or eternity is in the form of Hiranyamaya, is the effulgence of Purusha. The Purusha through which the Hiranmaya Patrena Apihitam, when it is being removed, let me go to the Hiranmaya Purusha, is how we meditated upon the Ishavasya Upanishad. Here, it is the same thing which is being mentioned. I am Amrita Hiranmaya Purushaha. Manomayaha is to be revealed through the mind. There, the Hiranmaya said that the Suvarna is the shining gold cup which is covering the hole through which you can enter into the Hiranyagarbha world, is how we studied the Ishavasya Upanishad. Here he is saying that is in the heart of the meditator. So how does it enter there is being explained in this mantra. I am Amrita Hiranmaya, Manomayaha is revealed through the mind of the meditator. Tasmin sa yaha esha akashaha. Tasmin means in that locus or in that location, sa yaha esha akashaha. Where there is a space, andar hridaye, within the heart, inside the mamsa pinda, that pundarigata, that like a lotus, inverted lotus, there is the pulsating heart. Inside that pulsating heart, there is a space. That is the heart which is referring to Andar Hridaye. Ya Esha Avalambade. One who meditates this Purusha inside the space of one's own heart while meditating, how does that and the Purusha enter that place? For that is the next part which is being referred here. Iva, Stana Iva. Like a nipple, Andarena Taluke, inside the upper jaw, there is a hanging thing which we call uluva in the uluva or uluva, something in that there is a small thing which is hanging inside our upper palate. That is what is referred here. Istana iva avalambade, andarena taluke, inside the upper palate. Vyapohya, breaking open shirsha kapale, yatra asau keshande. Now, asau keshande, where the roots of the hair is ending, and there is a gap. Shirsha kapale means in the center of the skull, there is a space when you'll find that there is a space where you have the softness of the skull. There, the roots of the hair, when it is touching, that is the place. Vivartade, by dividing that apart, the hair follicles apart, sa Indra Yonihi. It is a passage for the Indra or Hiranyagarbha here. That Hiranyagarbha, how does it enter a human being or any creation, is that it is coming through this. We have discussed it even in the what you call Taitareeya Upanishad. That it enters through the softness of the skull tip, and then it penetrates down the portion where it is, you can see that hanging small tip, flesh type of hanging inside the tongue, above the tongue. Through that, it goes into the heart of the human being, and inside the heart, there is a space, and that is the space where the Hiranyagarbha is sitting, and that is the Angushtamatra Purusha. The Purusha, this Hiranyagarbha of the size of the thumb, is residing inside that heart. That is how it is to be meditated upon. So this eternal effulgent Hiranyagarbha who is revealed through the mind means inside the heart, and that is the location of the mind also, where the awareness is coming to the entire body is from that spot. Not from the brain is only a tool which it measures, but for the brain to function, the blood has to go from a Sushumna Nadi, which is starting from the heart, goes upward through the same route which Hiranyagarbha came into the brain and invigorates the brain to operate for the understanding and awareness. And that when that leaves through the upper part of the skull, Sushumna Nadi, when breaking through the skull, and that is what is the yogis call them as the mukti for the yogi. So this is explained by Shankaracharya in the Bhashya. So he is not denying the yogic method of Sushumna Nadi and the appearance of that going upward and the release, the Hiranyagarbha getting released. That is when the awareness is lost by the body and when the awareness passes through the skull into the nether worlds, upper world, and for to the Hiranyagarbha world. It goes and backs and merges with the Hiranyagarbha back into his world. So that is how the Hiranyagarbha Upasaka, when he leaves the body, the Hiranyagarbha Upasana takes him back to the Upasya of Hiranyagarbha. This is how it is being explained in the Bhashya detailedly. And it is a long explanation in the Bhashya, which I am not getting into this. So, concluding this, the next one, that one more part I have to read. Bhu ityagnau pratitishthati, bhuva iti vayau, suvarityaditye, maha iti brahmani, apnodi swarajyam, apnodi manasaspatim, vakpati chakshuspatihi, srotrapati vijnanapatihi. Etat eto bhavati akasha shariram brahma satyatma pranaramam mana anandam shanti samruddham amrutam iti prachina yogyo vas upasasva. Now this I will extend the class because I have to complete this, because these two both becomes together the one complete upasana. So what is it? Pratitishtanti. What is pratitishtanti? At the time of death of the upasaka, merges. Pratitishtanti means remains merged with agnav, into the fire. Idi bhuhu. So in the form of bhu is the fire. He merges with the fire, which is the form of bhu. Vayu, he merges with the air. Bhuva is in the form of vayu. And aditya, he travels to the aditya. Iti suha, and it reaches the upper world. Suha iti upper world. Brahmani, in the Hiranyagarbha loka, which is in the higher worlds. Iti maha, that is the maha is the fourth vyakriti which is used the Hiranyagarbha. Apnodi swarajyam. Here he attains the sovereignty, because Prajapati or Hiranyagarbha is the first creator. So the entire created world and animals and human beings, everything is his. He is the king of the world, because under his creation everything has come. So this upasaka who does upasana on the bhu is the Agni, bhuva is the Vayu, suva iti nether world, the Aditya, and maha iti the nether worlds, the upper world. By these four vyakriti, when he does the upasana and leaves his body is consummated in the fire, and Before that, he travels from the heart by the upasana, goes through the Sushumna Nadi. Sushumna Nadi is a imaginary, what you call nerve, which is traveling from the heart through the inner palate, through the backside of the nostrils to the brain, and from the brain to the soft portion of the skull in the center, and releases from the skull. And that is how he goes and merges with the Hiranyagarbha. So when he merges with the Hiranyagarbha, he apnodi Swarajyam. He reaches back to his own place. He has become one with the Hiranyagarbha, who has created the entire world. And Vakpadihi, he also becomes the Lord of the speech, because along with the Lord, the supporting devatas also travel. When the king travels, the subordinates also travel. So same way, when the Hiranyagarbha, Brahma, in the Maha travels from the heart, the Vak, which is the speech, the Chakshu is the eyes, the Tvak is the sense of touch, Mana is the Maha, is the Manas. All the four subordinate gods travels along with the Hiranyagarbha to the Netherlands. So Vakpadi, he becomes Apnodi Swarajam, Apnodi Manasaspadim. He becomes the Lord of the minds, because the mind merges with the Hiranyagarbha Upasaka. Apnodi, then Vakpatihi, even the speech. Chakshuspatihi, the Lord of the eyes also merges with him. Srotrapatihi, the ears. Vijnanapatihi, the Lord of the intellect. Tataha, Etad Bhavati. In addition to this, the following also happens. Brahma Akasha Shariram. Hiranyagarbha now occupies the body, which is the entire space in which the whole world is being kept. So his Sharira, which was till then limited to the body, is now merged with the body of the Hiranyagarbha. So Akasha Shariram. Brahma Akasha Shariram. It is the Hiranyagarbha Akasha Shariram. Satya Atma, which consists of the entire universe with and without form. So his Atma, or he is now identifying with the entire creation. Pranaramam, he has all the pranas for his support, for the Hiranyagarbha, because it is no more supporting the individual body. It is supporting the entire Hiranyagarbha in the form of Mahaprana. So it becomes Pranaramam. Then Mana Anandam. He has the mind which is embodiment of Ananda, because he is Swarajyam. He is the owner of the whole creation. He is the sovereignty of the whole world. So his Ananda can never, nobody else has better Ananda than, because he is all. He becomes all. So he has nothing more to be acquired or to desire for. So his Ananda is the highest. Shanti Samruddham, because he has the peace and prosperity, because he is the owner of all. And Amrutam, he is eternal, because Hiranyagarbha is eternal. What you call Saguna Brahma in the form of Hiranyagarbha is also eternal. Iti Prachina Yogyo Upasaswa. The Prachina Yogya is a Upasaka who demonstrated this is possible on the Hiranyagarbha Upasana, and he is the one who has dictated or diverged or expounded this type of meditation for the tradition to transmit to us. So may you also meditate like this. Tvam api upasaswa iti. May you also meditate upon, is the instruction from the Guru to the Brahmacharis. By explaining these 4 Vyahritis into 4 Lokas, 4 Adilokam, Adijyotisam, all of them, and then merging all those from the individual one to the higher world and merging with the Hiranyagarbha and attaining the Swarajyam and Anandam, Mana Anandam and Shanti Samruddham. The eternal peace and in eternal happiness is all to yourself, one who meditates upon this. Is how the whole 2 Anuvakas put together we have to understand. So I will stop here today and then we'll go to the next Anuvaka in the next class. Om Shanno Mitrasham Varunaha Shanno Bhavatvaryama Shanna Indro Brihaspatihi Shanno Vishnurukramaha Namo Brahmane Namaste Vayo Tvameva Pratyaksham Brahmasi Tvameva Pratyaksham Brahma Vadishyami Hridam Vadishyami Satyam Vadishyami Tanmamavatu Tadvaktaramavatu Avatu Mam Avatu Vaktaram. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Thank you. Dhanyavada.
Thank you so much, Bindaji. This was a really wonderful class. For those who joined late, just know we're on the 4th class of the Taitareeya Upanishad, and you can listen to those replays. But the way that this is bringing together in a slightly different way reflection on existence, Ananda, and some other things. Thank you so much. I'm going to open up hand raising and chat, and anyone is welcome to come up and discuss with Bindaji the class we had today, and then these classes will continue next Wednesday, and there will be a general invited Q&A on Sunday. But if anyone would like to discuss what was brought forward today, and also Prasad, very nice that you're here, and we look forward to a day when you can come at the beginning and chant with us. So while I do that, Prakash, first, would you like to comment on the class at all?
I just have Namaste, Binduji. Namaste, Arti.
Namaste.
And Prakash. Binduji, this last conclusion of Swarajyam Apnoti, attainment of Swarajyam, is it associated with Upasana Phala or is it Jnana Phala that is spoken of? I mean, as per Sri Shankaracharya.
It is Upasana Phala. Upasana on Hiranyagarbha Upasana.
Correct. Okay.
Here, Swarajyam is not the same as what it is Jnana Phalam of Swarajyam. There is nobody else. Here he is merging with the Hiranyagarbha, who was the creator, first creator, Prajapati. So
Correct.
that way he is the Swarajyam.
What way is that interpreted as a phala, Binduji, for this upasana on Hiranyagarbha? Like they get control over minds of people like that?
No. He merges with the Hiranyagarbha. So he becomes a pati for the creation.
I see. Okay. So he becomes one of those devatas.
No more devatas. He becomes Hiranyagarbha himself.
Oh, acha. Okay, like that. Okay. So identity with Hiranyagarbha.
Yes. This is from where the Dvaita philosophy talks about, Sayujyam with, Parabrahma in the form of Vishnu or Narayana. That is taken from this particular upasana. is what is being taken into that.
Thank you. I got that, Binduji. Thank you. I'd like to explore that a little bit more, but when I have time. Okay. Thank you.
Sure. Prakash?
Yes, thank you, Binduji. That was a very profound, deep meditation, actually. Very deep meditation, because just like, earlier I asked you a question, how would one see this in not the language of the Upanishad, but in terms of a practitioner, a sadhak. So what I gleaned from this was, you can correct me, was in the earlier class, you talked to us about the dharana concept, about how to use the chanting, the mantras, and the meaning and the enunciations and all that. How does one bring focus? But here, what I felt was, it is a deepening of that focus without much symbolisms that is bound with dharana, but is going more into the dhyana concept. Maybe you can elaborate a little bit more on that, because you gave us the direct transliteration of the Upanishad. But I want you, if you please, can you elaborate a little bit more on the from the sadhaka aspect about this having to transcend the auditory state to a kind of a more absorbed state?
Okay. See, here we have to understand that talking about the four Vyahritis of Bhu, Bhuva, Swa and Maha, it is based on these four only that complete meditation is depending upon. And what is being told is that these four are representation of Rigveda, Samaveda, Yajurveda. And Maha is the Omkara in the meditation. So you start with that as the meditative process of when you are chanting Om Bhuvaha, Om Bhuhu, Om Bhuvaha, Om Suvaha, Om Maha. So when you are doing this, what a person should know is the entire Veda, which is represented by the word Bhu, is Rigveda, and what all teachings he has learned from the Rigveda should come to his mind as what are meditation upasanas given in the Rigveda. Not Karmakanda thing, nor the Jnanakanda thing. It is the upasanas which are given for the Hiranyagarbha upasana, and that also we have to be very clear, because the goal is Hiranyagarbha. So, the Hiranyagarbha upasanas appearing in the Rigveda, Yajurveda and Samaveda are the one which should come into the mind of the upasaka, because the goal is to be kept in mind. So when he does this, he will elevate himself into the different meditation methods of these three Vedas, prepare himself with the knowledge of the upasanas given in these four Vedas. Then when it is going into Adilokam, there we found that which is becoming the Anga and who is becoming the Angi and who are the Angas. That is the time when he brings down that meditation process with the knowledge what he has learned from the upasanas and applying it into where the Anga and Angi is defined in those upasanas. So in the Adiloka upasana, where the sun is the Angi and the other three are Angas. In the Adijodisham, it is Chandramasa, which is the Anga, Angi, and the other three are the Angis. Like that, when he does that, he is moving from physical world of this world to the nether world, to the mental world, to himself in the Adhyatmam, where it comes to prana, prana, annam becomes the angi, and the other three becomes prana, apana, and vyana becomes the angas. So when he is doing this meditation, he is going from the higher world to his heart center, and then he is now concentration of his meditation on his heart, where is the seat of the Anguttamatra Purusha, or the Hiranyagarbha in the form of Angushamatra Purusha in the heart. And then when he meditates on that, he feels the presence of the Hiranyagarbha in himself. He starts identifying with Hiranyagarbha more and more when he does this meditation on himself, because he has invoked the Hiranyagarbha from the upper world through the different Vyahritis and the Lokas into 16 Kalas into his own heart. And that presence of Hiranyagarbha in his heart becomes more and more real to him, and he identifies himself with the Hiranyagarbha in his heart. And when he leaves his body, he is no more worried about his body and nor more worried about his other things like papa, punya, karmas, and etc. He is now himself as Hiranyagarbha, travels back to Hiranyagarbha through the Sushumna Nadi and the Shirsha for the Kapala, and merges with the Hiranyagarbha. Everywhere is there. Hiranyagarbha is Sarvatra. And that is why he attains the eternity of the Swarajyam, because everywhere it is he only, and he becomes the Pati of the, the Vakpati, Chakshuspati, Manaspati. Everything becomes at his beck and call. At that level, when he is no more identifying himself with the physical body. And he is now Shanti Samruddham Amritam. He is in a state where is Samruddham, is flushed with or complete with Shanti, means peace, and Anandam. The happiness and the peace is his attainment, where he doesn't need anything more to make him happy or peaceful. And that is how the meditation is being done by this, which the Acharya is now telling. This is the Prachina Yogya, as the Rishi's name, he who passed on this knowledge to us. You all too do the meditation on the Hiranyagarbha in the same way and merge with the Hiranyagarbha. That is how it is recommended and how to do it. It is the identification in your own heart with the Hiranyagarbha, which is being step by step given in this Upanishad. That is what is the more important thing. So a meditator on that should identify himself as the Hiranyagarbha, and then he achieves that Swarajyam.
Thank you, Binduji. There's one more aspect that I wanted to connect is the beginning you mentioned about the Shodasha Kala Purusha and the Prana Apana connections. Is there a way you can weave in this to this aspect of meditation, or is it a subsidiary?
No, actually for that you have to revisit the Prashna Upanishad, where the question has been asked about the Shodasha Kala Purusha. Meditation, there is also, it's an Upasana method only, but it is a Hiranyagarbha Upasana. That is why I said, here we will remember all the Hiranyagarbha Upasana, not only Ishavasya, Prashna Upanishad, and wherever the Upanishad, the Vedas have taught about the Hiranyagarbha Upasana, all of them should come into your mind. So this Shodasha Kala Purusha is the Hiranyagarbha. And where is the Shodasha Kala? 16 ways, 4 Vyahritis, Bhu, Bhuva, Suva, Maha. And 4 methods, Adilokam, Adijaudisham, Adivedam, Adhyatmam. So the 4 ways in which each of the Vyahritis have to be meditated upon. when 4 into 4 is being meditated, you land in your heart. That is the place where your Shodasha Kala Purusha is sitting. And then you start invoking him in your heart and merge with him. That is how it is to be understood.
Thank you. Pranam Binduji. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Prashant.
And also thank you, Prakash, for those questions. What you brought forward just now, Binduji, was absolutely beautiful. Thank you both so much. Karen?
Namaste, everyone. Namaste, Binduji.
Namaste.
Namaste. This is a very important verse. I apologize on forehand. I'm going to use some yogi terms and the way I am seeing it. And then from that point of view, I'm going to have a question. So
If it is a typical yogi question, I am also happy that Prasad is there on the panel here. He is practicing, and we'll together answer it. Where I don't know, he will append me.
Okay, thank you. My point is that what the latter part of what you were talking about, it describes the chakra system, right? So when there is the chakra system from the heart all the way up to the top, there's also the lower chakra, connected to the physical body and the mental realm. And then from the heart up, it goes higher up. And one is actually in the spiritual realm. Now, when the heart is the seat of the Purusha, then my question is that Prakriti is also, but then the Prakriti in the heart chakra is connected to the lower levels, while Purusha, when that is through the fire, is eliminating the Prakriti. So my question is, both are there when one is not enlightened or not realized. Am I right in that?
You have to understand one thing from the Advaitic point of view. I'll tell you first, is that there is never a time when you are not realized.
I know that.
Yes. So that question of when you are not realized is out of the picture. But when we do not know our realized state of our understanding, is the time when the lower chakra get activated in the form of what we call it as the lower vasanas or innate tendencies in the body for physical pleasures and the sexual pleasures, the food pleasure or the body pleasures. All these lower chakras are more ignited. But once you are in the heart chakra, you are into a spiritual quest. And this Upanishad and these mantras are talking only from a point of view of the spiritual person's upasana part. That is why it is coming into the Upanishad category. Otherwise, it would have been in the Karmakanda or the earlier portion where it is a pure upasana part of it. Since this is part of the Upanishad, we are all assuming that the quality of the Adhikari or the quality of the Brahmachari is for the spiritual quest. Therefore, there is this starting point as the heart chakra and above. We are not interested in the lower chakra because that is all finished as far as the Brahmachari is concerned who is into the spiritual activity. Is anything else, Prasad, you want to add?
So I was right in that, right?
Karen. You're of the opinion that this the concepts of Sayujya, Samipya all had their seeds in these kind of verses? Hiranyagarbha Upasana.
No. Okay, sorry, Karan. I'll come back to you. No, directly. That is apnodi swarajyam. That word
Binduji, were
has
you discussing with Karen? Sorry, I thought you said Prasad.
no. Karan asked about the chakras and the meditation. I thought you heard that, and you are asking that. I mean, you have something to. So you didn't hear that what Karan said.
No, I couldn't. No, I
Okay.
just heard
Then
Prasad. Then I thought you were calling me out. So,
No, I called you because I thought you heard, you were listening to Karin's question, and so
okay.
that you may have something else to add anyway. Since you have not heard it, it's fine. I'll answer to you, Prasad, after that. Okay, Karin, after Karin, let me complete Karin.
Yes.
So Karin, so you understood, how this aspect of from the spiritual journey, we talk only from the heart point of view.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's the spiritual realm, of course. The lower realm, but my question was about Prakriti, because Prakriti is connected with the physical expressions, right? Like body, mind, right? Am I understanding that right?
Prakriti and Purusha is more of a Sankhya system of understanding, where the methodology is totally different. So you cannot bring Prakriti into this part of it, because here we don't talk about Prakriti Purusha Bheda. That the difference between the Prakriti and Purusha. Here we are talking about the Hiranyagarbha and the creation from the Hiranya Prajapati, and then Prana, Mahaprana, Prana, Vyana, Udana, Samana to Annam, and Chandrama, Mana, Aditya. All these things are coming, but not as a Prakriti, as a Purusha Prakriti in the Sankhya philosophy type.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Welcome. Ganesh Prasad.
Namaste, Bindoji.
Namaste.
It was a fantastic session today, and when you were mentioning the root of the upper palate, the small thing hanging around, and how it enters the space inside the pulsating heart, those explanations are really enlightening. And one thing I wanted some clarification about is among the Vyakritis you told, the Upasana Kramas explained in Rigveda, Samaveda and Yajurveda, all those things, they have to come to the mind while meditating upon the Hiranyagarbha. Does it mean to say that the knowledge of all the three Vedas are essential for this meditation, or the meditational process on prana, apana, vyana and anna would be enough, in the sense that if we concentrate on any of the four Vyakritis, the other three would go simultaneously along with it. There is a small confusion for me, in the sense Vyakritis, are they to be meditated upon simultaneously? Because 4 into 4, 16, you said Shodasha Kala Purusha. And does it make sense to say that all the knowledge of all the three Vedas are very essential for meditation?
Okay, Ganesh. The way to understand is that we are not in a system where Vedic life is being maintained by us in the today's scenario. While those who are leading Vedic life, we can do that as prescribed in the Upanishad.
Yes.
We are all blessed that we have Hiranyagarbha Upasana in the form of Upanishads also, where it is represented by the Rigveda, Samaveda and Yajurveda. So you will be able to find out that these representative upasanas of the 10 Upanishads, the Ishavasya there is Hiranyagarbha Upasana, in the Taitareeya Upanishad there is Hiranyagarbha Upasana, in this one there is there, in the Chandogya Upanishad it is there, it is in the Brihadaranya Upanishad it is there. So you will find that we have many places where Hiranyagarbha Upasana has been given in this thing. Only thing is that in the Chandogya and the Brihadaranya, they are very detailed one, and I am not covering that because it is purely on the Upasana side. Here it forms part of the main Upanishad itself. So that is why I have covered it in the explanation. Otherwise, the Sikhsha Valli completely should have been omitted. But I didn't omit it because only the reason is that the Upanishad, Taitareeya Upanishad is a representation of the entire Veda. So Upanishad is dealt in that form so that we get an idea what a Veda look like. That Upasana is very important because up to the 12th Anuvaka, we are on the 6th Anuvaka. 4th and 5th, 5th and 6th we have finished. There are now 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 5 more Anuvakas we have to finish. All are Upasanas. But you will find that the Upasanas are different in different nature and they are all representational from the Vedas itself. So you don't have to really know all the 3 Vedas fully to do this meditation. These 10 Upanishads, if you study, that is good enough.
Okay, Binduji. And this 4 into 4, that Atilokam, Atijyotishyam, Ativedam and Adhyatmam, and all those will be simultaneously taking place while meditating, no?
Yeah, I told you, no, it is coming from the Atilokam means we are representing from the there the Maha is the Aditya. So Aditya is from the higher world. Then you have Antariksham in between. Then Bhu is that. So we are invoking Hiranyagarbha from the top to this world. Then Adijyaudisham, with the mind, we are bringing the Hiranyagarbha into the mind level. And in the mind level, how are we establishing it? We are establishing it through the Rig Veda, Yajur Veda, Samaveda. That portion I didn't explain it fully because it is not possible for me to explain. First of all, I have not studied the full Vedas. Second thing is that their representational things are available in the Upanishads by the other Upanishads. But when you come to Adhyatmam, it has been dealt in the Aitareeya Upanishad, just the previous one, where how does the prana becomes Vyana, Prana, Apana, Vyana, and Mahaprana becomes these 5, and Annam, how is the Annam important for the Sataka, for the Upasaka. That has been given there. So that is how, once you know that you have invoked the Hiranyagarbha to your heart, and your sustenance of Hiranyagarbha till you realize yourself as Hiranyagarbha is supported by the pranas, and that is the energy for the prana is the Annam. So he doesn't negate his own body. He doesn't, discard the Annam and other things for the Upasana part of it, so that he keeps fit. Because in the earlier mantras we knew that he was praying for his health. He is praying for enough wealth. He is praying for enough, all those things. Why? Because he is still capable of doing these upasanas. So Annam becomes important. And once that is these 16 kalas in the 16 forms, when you do the meditation, you can really invoke the Hiranyagarbha in you till you identify yourself with the Hiranyagarbha at the time of departure.
So, by listening to all these things, I feel the Upasana part has to be learned or practiced only at the feet of Guru, isn't it, Bindoji? It
Yes.
is so technically marvelous, and it is first of all difficult for understanding itself, and the step by step, the progression in the process of meditation, there should be always it should be at the feet of Guru, I feel.
Yeah, definitely.
Right?
Definitely there will be benefit by, Sa Gurumeva Bigachet Shrotriyam Brahmanishtam. So such a person should be approached for learning this upasanas.
Yeah. And one more question, maybe out of the mainstream. When this much of literature and practices and methodologies have been prescribed, and you too can do this, that when that Anushasana is also there in the process of the explanation, it just makes me curious to know, do all these things happen in Shaktipata Diksha? There is one thing. Without going through step by step in all these factors.
We should understand that the methodology which is in the Jnana Marga is a upasana on the prescribed manner in the Upanishads. Shaktipada will be more depending upon the main upasanas which are appearing in the Aranyaka and Brahmana part of it. So, where you are already spiritually active and you have taken a plunge into the spiritual life, for you it is good enough to start from here. Otherwise, you have to, if you still feel that you are not fit for spiritual life, then as I was telling to Karin, you should start from the lower levels of upasanas. There are upasanas even for that, which is used in the other paths, which you have to take it from such respective gurus in those lines.
Thank you, Bindoji. Thank you for these enlightening words. Today it was fantastic session.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ganesh. Namaste, Venkat.
Bindoji, I think it's already late for you.
No, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Nothing is late for me when I talking in this. This subject never taxes me.
Yes, Bindoji. I think in that case, see, this is what I uncovered last few days, Bindoji. By looking for answers, what I was pointed to was, it's not somebody pointing, but I uncovered during chanting the Ganesha Tarushisham. In this, a Samhita. I'm looking for Samhita which was not because it is in the body of Veda. This is one Samhita that hidden inside the Ganesha Tarushisham. It has the same structure like other Samhitas, Mahasamhitas listed in the Taitareeya. It is, Gakara Purva Rupam, Akara Madhyama Rupam, Bindu Ruttara Rupam, Nada Sandhanam, Sargam Hita Sandhihi, Saisha Ganesha Vidya, Ganakarushi. It is attributed to Ganakarushi. It's a Ganesha Vidya. It uses the Nada Sandhanam because it uses Gakara. Gakara is the Muladhara. Now, Binduruttara Rupam, Adna and above. Binduruttara Nada Sandhanam, the Onkara that does the Sandhanam from between these two. The Omkara meditation is subscribed when the Guru teaches the Om from the either from Nabhi upward to the Bindu, that is Adna, to be done. Basically, it's a practice that goes with the Samhita. When the Guru teaches that Atharva Shesham, he takes the Samhita and Anganyasa, Karanyasa, then he teaches Omkara. So basically, in the expanded portion of the Vidya, for that Samhita, there is a practice, and hence in Upanishad, what is given is a structure, but the practice comes from during Samhita. And here, how to get the Swarajya, right? Hiranya, Garbha, Upasana, it's a structure given, Bindoji. The actual, the practice to go along with, for the meditation to happen, it is not exactly available in the Upanishad portion, but it is in the Samhita portion. Basically, there is a practice that gets summarized here, Binduji. That is how I see Binduji. So there is that missing link is that Upasana has to happen with the Omkara. Omkara Upasana to go with it. With this knowledge. Hence the Sandhi possible, that Samhita become, Samhita Vafruti. That, the next step. That missing link is that practice of Upasana with the Omkara. That's a key here, Binduji. That's how I see it, Binduji.
Yeah, you're right. There are different places where different upasanas are being given. Samhita Upasana was the first one which we studied. Here you said, no, Gam. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha is the mantra. So there you take the Gakara Gam is the first one where Gakara Purva Rupam, Bindu Ruttara Rupam, Omkara Santihi, right? And
Yes. Yeah. Akara Madhyama Rupam, Bindu
Akara
Ruttara.
Madhyama Rupam, Bindu Ruttara Rupam. So Gam. So Gam is Ga-A-M. So Gakara Purva Rupam, Akara Madhyama Rupam, and Bindu Uttara Rupam. Right.
Anuswara Skyanta Rupam.
Anuswara is Makara.
Antya Rupam. Yeah.
Antima Rupam. Uttara Rupam. That is what. So basically, see what helping that this what you call Sandhi or Samhita, which is being given as example in the beginning of Taitareeya, is also a representational only of the thing. What Samhita person will be having more upasanas and more what you call
More details, Binduji. More
more
details
detailed thing. Yes.
of the Vidya.
So yeah, you can meditate on prana, you can meditate on apana, you can meditate on jnana. Each one you can get, and there is a what you call Falasruti for each one of them also. Here the Falasruti is for Hiranyagarbha is Apnodi Swarajyam Shanti Samruddham Amritam. That is how it is mentioned here as the Falasruti. And that is Hiranyagarbha Upasana in this particular Upanishad. But we learned another Upanishad, Ishavasya Upanishad, where also Hiranyagarbha Upasana was given. And we had the same thing in the Taitareeya Upanishad also. There in the Chandogya and Brihadaranya also it is there. So you will find that Hiranyagarbha Upasana itself has got many approaches. This is one of them, that's all.
Yes, Binduji. Yeah, this one, I think there is some of this links are lost or may not be. It has to be assimilated. That Upasana need that practice of Omkara. Somewhere
Yeah,
that
you need to go to a Sampradaya Acharya and Guru to know the full Samhita portion and this Upanishad portion completely to study that link between the two.
Yes, Binduji. I think that this knowledge, I have tried to find out because I've seen people doing Anganyasa, Karanyasa, even chanting Taitareeya Upanishad. They were taught this way. So something
Yeah.
that...
Even for Sandhya Vandana onwards, even for Sandhya Vandana, you do that, no?
Yes, Binduji. Yeah.
Gayatri Japa, you do
Yes,
that.
Binduji.
And so it is not only for this, so any mantra when you are doing Anganyasa, Karanyasa and all those things are mandatory for the sadhaka.
Yes, Binduji. I think there is one more thing I uncovered was this, that Rama, right? That Rama mantra, that Rama is also utilized again in this Anuvaka. When you say Ra, the tongue touches the upper portion of the lips, the upper portion inside that area, where it is redirecting that Sushumna to the Brahmarandra automatically. These chants have wiring that redirects that Sushumna, that energy rising within, to the Sahasrara automatically. There is some science behind this chanting. The words are, put in such a way, even this, when you say that the tongue inside, right, the shape that told, and the tongue touching the top and hence directing it to the top, Brahmarandra. I think there is why this whole mantra japa has that configuration, inherent in it. Even one doesn't know it is directing that conscious, this also Sushumna upward. There is something else to this mantras which is very unique.
There are many things which are done by the practitioners of, Upasana and especially this mantra Upasana or Vedic Upasanas. And there are something which are they teach outside, something they teach only to the people who are becoming Andevasis or, brahmacharis inside the ashram and stay there for the propagation of the same thing. So there are many things which are known to us, many things which are known to the inside people, many things which we have lost because there are traditions have been lost. So out of the, thousands of Upanishads, what we have now know is only about 108 or 200, something like that. Out of that, only 10 are taken as important because that is representational for the entire Vedas. Rig, Yajur, Sama, Atharva. All the 4 Vedas are represented by that 10 Upanishads.
Yes, Manoj. I think there is Upasana can take us up. I will meditate on this teaching today. Thank you, Manoj. This structure is that Angi Anga was very nicely,
Right.
understood today. Thank you.
Yeah. Prasad, you wanted to ask something, I think.
Sometimes Prasad is taking care of his daughter at night, so sometimes,
Okay. It's okay.
Yeah.
I think we can wind up now.
Yes.
Yeah,
Thank
Binduji,
you.
I'll ask you those things. Actually, sorry, Ati. No, actually, I just wanted to ask, even from the tradition that you were engaged with, how they see these as seed forms for the later development of Upasana and the concepts of Sayujya, Samipya and all of that. But that we can discuss. That is just an additional information from how you have been told and what all you've heard. That way, Binduji. Nothing important. We'll do it again sometime.
Okay.
Thanks, Ati.
Oh yeah, thank you, Prasad. It's very nice to have you with us. Very nice. So I just want to especially thank you, Binduji. We're so privileged to be able to be in these rooms together and all discuss and learn For people who joined later, even might be new to this house, there are many houses that start Advaita Vedanta, but this is the one that ends with the word satsang. So please join the house if you'd like. We usually meet here Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday at 8:30 p.m. IST. The weekdays are for classes. We're on the 4th class for the Taitareeya Upanishad now, and on Sunday, in 2 days from now, we'll have a general Advaita Vedanta Q&A. So if your questions didn't get answered, because we usually close down the hand raising a little bit before we're going to end, please come on Sunday and join us. The replays are in this house, but even more classes and so forth are available on Vindaji's YouTube channel that's called Advaitic Talks. So that could help everybody. And again, thank you to everybody on the speaker panel and everyone who was listening. Many of you have been here for a long time, and it's always good to see you. So hopefully we can continue this discussion on Sunday. If you are new to studying for this class, the drop box above will still be there when the replay is pulled up, and that has the document for this Upanishad and the mantras. Feel free. Don't be shy because maybe you have a different viewpoint or you're new to this or whatever. All your questions on these are welcome. And the people who spoke today had some very, very enlightening questions.
Hari Om. Namaste. Good night.
Hari Om. Good night, Vindaji.
Hari Om.
Hari Om.